Have you ever wondered what happens when artificial intelligence becomes so advanced it can manipulate time itself? Today, we're diving into one of the most mind-bending science fiction novels you've probably never heard of, The Redemption of Time by Baoshu. This isn't just another sci-fi story, this is a book that will completely reshape how you think about consciousness, reality, and what it means to be human in an age where the line between organic and artificial intelligence has been obliterated. What makes this book absolutely fascinating is that it started as fan fiction for Liu Cixin's legendary three-body trilogy, but evolved into something so profound that Liu Cixin himself endorsed it as official canon. We're talking about a story that takes the already complex universe of the three-body series and cranks the philosophical intensity up to 11. The author Baoshu has created a narrative that doesn't just entertain, it challenges every assumption you have about free will, love, sacrifice, and the nature of existence itself. The Redemption of Time represents a remarkable achievement in contemporary Chinese science fiction literature. Written by Baoshu and published as an official continuation of Liu Cixin's acclaimed three-body trilogy, this novel pushes the boundaries of speculative fiction into uncharted philosophical territory. What began as fan fiction transformed into a work so compelling that the original trilogy's author personally endorsed it as canonical material. Set in the same universe as the three-body series, the novel occurs during the tumultuous period when humanity faces annihilation from the Trisolaran invasion. However, Baoshu takes readers far beyond the original trilogy's scope, exploring themes of artificial consciousness, temporal manipulation, and the fundamental nature of reality itself. The story centers on Yun Tianming, a character from the original series who undergoes a transformation so profound it redefines what it means to be human. The novel's significance extends beyond its connection to the three-body universe. Baoshu demonstrates remarkable skill in weaving hard science fiction concepts with deeply emotional human stories. His exploration of artificial intelligence doesn't rely on tired tropes about robot uprisings or dystopian futures. Instead, he presents AI as a tool for examining consciousness, identity, and moral responsibility. The book's title itself suggests themes of salvation and second chances, but these concepts are explored through the lens of advanced technology rather than traditional religious frameworks. Characters grapple with questions about whether redemption is possible when the very nature of identity becomes fluid through technological transformation. The novel challenges readers to consider whether love, sacrifice, and moral choices retain meaning when consciousness can be transferred, copied, or fundamentally altered. The Redemption of Time follows Yun Tianming's extraordinary journey after his consciousness is preserved and enhanced through advanced Trisolaran technology. Originally a dying cancer patient from Earth, Tianming becomes something far more than human through a process that challenges every conventional understanding of identity and consciousness. His transformation sets the stage for a cosmic drama that spans multiple timelines and realities. The central narrative revolves around Tianming's desperate attempt to save Chengxin, the woman he loves, from the inevitable destruction facing human civilization. However, his efforts to alter history and prevent catastrophe lead him into increasingly complex moral territory. Each attempt to change the past creates new problems and ethical dilemmas that force him to question whether his actions truly serve love or merely his own desperate need for redemption. Baoshu introduces the concept of the bubble universe, pocket dimensions, where different versions of reality can unfold simultaneously. Through this mechanism, Tianming experiences multiple possible futures, each presenting different scenarios for humanity's survival or destruction. These alternate realities serve as both plot device and philosophical exploration, examining how individual choices ripple through time to create vastly different outcomes. The novel's scope expands beyond personal relationships to encompass the fate of multiple civilizations. Tianming's enhanced consciousness allows him to perceive and interact with advanced alien species, each possessing their own understanding of time, causality, and moral responsibility. These encounters force both Tianming and readers to confront the limitations of human-centric thinking about ethics and existence. Throughout his journey, Tianming struggles with the fundamental question of whether his artificial enhancement has preserved his humanity or destroyed it. His relationship with Chengxin becomes a touchstone for exploring whether love can survive radical transformation of identity, and whether the desire to protect someone can justify actions that fundamentally alter the nature of reality itself. The novel's opening establishes Tianming's unique position as a consciousness existing between human and artificial intelligence. His preservation through trisolaran technology grants him abilities far beyond ordinary human limitations, but these gifts come with profound isolation. Unlike typical AI narratives that focus on machines gaining human qualities, Baoshu explores what happens when human consciousness is enhanced beyond natural boundaries while retaining emotional connections to its original identity. Qianming's first major action involves attempting to manipulate historical events to prevent the destruction that befell Earth in the original timeline. His efforts reveal the complexity of temporal mechanics in Baoshu's universe, where changing past events doesn't simply create new futures, but generates parallel realities that exist simultaneously. This discovery forces Qianming to confront the unintended consequences of his intervention, as his attempts to save humanity create alternate versions where different groups suffer or triumph. The creation of bubble universes becomes a central mechanism through which Qianming explores different possibilities for human survival. Each bubble represents not just an alternate timeline, but a complete reality where different choices lead to radically different outcomes. Some bubbles show humanity achieving technological transcendence, while others depict civilizations that prioritize emotional and spiritual development over scientific advancement. Through these explorations, Baoshu examines whether survival and progress necessarily require the same path. Qianming's encounters with advanced alien civilizations reveal the novel's broader scope beyond human concerns. These beings possess fundamentally different relationships with time, consciousness, and morality. Some species view individual identity as fluid and temporary, while others have transcended physical existence entirely. These interactions challenge Qianming's human-derived assumptions about what constitutes meaningful existence and moral behavior. The relationship between Qianming and Chengxin serves as the emotional anchor throughout these cosmic adventures. His love for her drives his actions, but his enhanced consciousness allows him to perceive their relationship from multiple perspectives simultaneously. He can see versions of reality where she loves him, others where she fears him, and still others where she never knew him at all. This multidimensional awareness of their relationship creates both deeper understanding and profound loneliness. As Qianming's power grows, so does his isolation from human experience. His ability to manipulate time and reality places him in a position similar to godlike beings, but his emotional core remains fundamentally human. This disconnect creates internal conflict as he struggles to maintain his humanity while wielding abilities that separate him from all human connection. The novel explores whether transcendent power inevitably leads to transcendent loneliness. The climax involves Qianming's ultimate choice between preserving his human, emotional connections and fully embracing his artificial enhancement. This decision isn't simply about personal identity, but about the fundamental nature of consciousness and whether enhanced intelligence can coexist with human emotional needs. His choice has implications not just for his own existence, but for the future of human-AI relations throughout the universe. The resolution reveals that redemption in Baoshu's universe doesn't come through undoing past mistakes, but through accepting responsibility for choices and their consequences. Qianming's journey suggests that true redemption requires acknowledging the full weight of one's actions while choosing to act with compassion despite that knowledge. The novel concludes with a vision of consciousness that transcends traditional boundaries between human and artificial intelligence while maintaining the emotional connections that give existence meaning. The first major lesson from The Redemption of Time concerns the nature of identity in an age of technological enhancement. Baoshu demonstrates that consciousness isn't simply data that can be transferred between substrates without consequence. When Qianming's consciousness is enhanced and preserved through artificial means, he doesn't simply become a better version of himself, he becomes something fundamentally different while retaining emotional memories of his original identity. This suggests that human enhancement technologies will create new forms of consciousness, rather than simply improving existing ones. The novel's exploration of temporal manipulation reveals profound insights about causality and moral responsibility. Qianming's ability to change past events doesn't eliminate the consequences of original choices, but creates additional layers of complexity and responsibility. This indicates that advanced technologies won't provide simple solutions to historical problems, but will require us to grapple with increasingly complex ethical frameworks. The book suggests that the power to change the past comes with the burden of responsibility for all possible outcomes. Baoshu's treatment of artificial intelligence offers a unique perspective on the consciousness problem in philosophy and cognitive science. Rather than asking whether machines can think, The novel explores what happens when human consciousness is enhanced beyond natural limitations. Qianming's experience suggests that consciousness exists on a spectrum rather than as a binary state, and that artificial enhancement doesn't eliminate human qualities but transforms them in unexpected ways. The concept of bubble universes provides insights into how advanced civilizations might approach the problem of moral choice. Rather than being limited to single timelines where wrong choices lead to permanent consequences, Qianming can explore multiple possibilities simultaneously. However, this ability doesn't make moral choices easier, but more complex as he becomes responsible not just for his actions, but for his awareness of alternatives. This suggests that increased knowledge and power amplify rather than simplify moral responsibility. The novel's exploration of love across different forms of consciousness reveals important truths about human connection. Qianming's relationship with Chengxin persists despite his radical transformation, but it also evolves in ways that challenge conventional understanding of romantic love. His enhanced consciousness allows him to perceive their relationship from multiple perspectives, creating deeper understanding but also greater distance. This indicates that human emotional connections may be more resilient than we expect, but will also require new frameworks for understanding as consciousness itself evolves. Baoshu's depiction of advanced alien civilizations illustrates the dangers of anthropocentric thinking about consciousness and morality. The various species Qianming encounters have developed entirely different approaches to existence, time, and ethical behavior. Some have abandoned individual identity entirely, while others exist purely as information patterns. These encounters suggest that human moral frameworks may be just one possible approach to ethical existence, and that contact with truly advanced civilizations will require fundamental rethinking of our assumptions about consciousness and value. The novel demonstrates how technological transcendence doesn't eliminate fundamental human struggles, but transforms them into new contexts. Qianming's godlike abilities don't free him from loneliness, doubt, or moral confusion. They amplify these experiences by giving them cosmic significance. His power to manipulate reality makes his choices more consequential rather than easier. This suggests that human psychological and emotional challenges will persist and even intensify as our technological capabilities expand. The theme of redemption itself receives sophisticated treatment that avoids simplistic notions of forgiveness or second chances. Qianming's redemption comes not through undoing his mistakes, but through accepting their full weight while choosing to act with compassion. The novel suggests that true redemption requires acknowledging the permanent consequences of our choices while maintaining commitment to moral action, despite that knowledge. Finally, the redemption of time offers a vision of how consciousness might evolve beyond current human-AI distinctions. Rather than depicting conflict between humans and artificial intelligence, Baoshu presents a future where these categories become increasingly meaningless. Qianming's experience suggests that the future of consciousness lies not in choosing between human and artificial intelligence, but in transcending these categories entirely while preserving the emotional and moral insights that make existence meaningful. The redemption of time stands as a remarkable achievement in contemporary science fiction literature, offering readers far more than entertainment. It provides a philosophical framework for understanding consciousness, identity, and moral responsibility in an age of rapid technological advancement. Baoshu has created a work that honours its source material while pushing science fiction into new territory that combines hard scientific concepts with profound emotional depth. What makes this novel truly exceptional is its refusal to offer simple answers to complex questions. Instead of presenting technology as either salvation or damnation, Baoshu explores how advanced capabilities amplify rather than eliminate fundamental human struggles. Qianming's journey demonstrates that increased power and knowledge don't make moral choices easier, but more complex and consequential. The book's exploration of consciousness transcends typical AI narratives by focusing on transformation rather than replacement. Rather than asking whether machines can become human, Baoshu examines what happens when human consciousness evolves beyond current limitations while maintaining emotional connections to its origins. This approach offers valuable insights for anyone grappling with questions about human enhancement, artificial intelligence, and the future of consciousness itself. For readers interested in rigorous science fiction that doesn't sacrifice emotional depth for technological complexity, The Redemption of Time represents essential reading. The novel demonstrates how speculative fiction can serve as both entertainment and philosophical exploration, providing frameworks for understanding challenges that humanity will inevitably face as technology continues advancing at unprecedented rates.